binging more on Netflix or iFlix or whatever you guys got going on. I don't know. I don't care about this kind of stuff. You're wearing a tank top right now listening to this. I don't care. It's okay. We're in Desi Stan all the time. You think, you know what, sex is the biggest problem right now. No, it's not. It was never the biggest problem. Gender identity, no, it's not the biggest problem. It is a problem, big problem, not the biggest problem. We need to ask the right question, unless somebody else is going to give a hand over that question in such a beautiful package with the wrong answer to them. Same question. I just want you to ask that very question right now. Muslims are so shy in talking about the real things with their own kids, especially Desi. They just don't want to talk about the reality. They just want to shy away, literally shy away, because the last two generations of all Muslims, especially in India, Pakistan, but all of these brown people have ruined it for all of us. They just don't want to talk about the truth. You should not commit the same mistake. I'm telling you this right now. You want to go have fun, make a lot of friends, you do that. It's all right. Talk about the real things now. Think about the real things. The problem is that the 30-year-old, 40-year-old mother and father does not have the answer to these questions when a 17-year-old, 16-year-old, or 15-year-old is asking, no skill, no competence, little league, happy, oh, super happy, little league, arrogant, oh my God, yes, little league, showing each other off, little league. That's what they're doing right now. Stop, it's all right, stop, it's okay. You can do that, stop it. You are going to get your Teslas and your big basements and your big TVs. You're going to get that, don't worry about it. What you're not going to get is a ticket out of that little league. They're going to make you a permanent member of the league that they play in. That's your job now. It's our job now. It's my job now. Get the answers before somebody else gets the answer for them. And somebody else is very fast, very quick, very attractive. Not only knows how to give that answer, but, to phrase it so attractively, so beautifully. It's poetry, I'm telling you. Atheism is poetry right now. It's not what they're talking about. It's the way they're actually presenting it. That's poetry in motion. If you're not doing anything against injustice, it's common sense. Then you are the source of all evil. People who go silent on injustice cause way more damage to justice than the people who are committing injustice. They're giving us the wrong definition of success. I'll tell you this right now. Your own mother and father who's going to play this video for you, she's going to tell you to forget about it. I swear to you. He's going to tell you to forget about it. He's like, yeah, you know what? It's a good thing to hear. It's food for thought. Your religious speaker hai, sun liya karo. You want to watch movies all day? I don't care. You want to play football or whatever you guys play in whatever countries you are right now? I don't care. I just want your brains to start thinking about the real question, the real things. Talk about them with your friends. If they don't want to talk about it, it's okay. Start asking the real questions from your own self. This is for especially this session. These sessions are for teenagers, 18, 17-year-olds, early 20s, who are overseas, who are Muslims, who are amidst the deepest identity crisis. These are the boys and girls who are actually asking the right questions, but they're not getting any answers. Forget wrong answers or right answers. They're not getting any answers. So what they do is they stop asking questions. And they start to follow the fascination of their peers, the narrative of the demographic, the people of influence in their own demographic. I'm so amazed, and I'm actually, I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed and guilty of the crime that Muslims in America are actually inspired by non-Muslims in America who are actually talking about God, who are talking about way of life, who are talking about the purpose of life, most of all. And I'm not going to name any, of course, there's so many, but the problem that Muslims in America, England, Canada, even Australia, France, Spain, I'm talking to these people, Scandinavia, so many people from Scandinavia. And I'm talking to those people, and these people are kids. Well, not kids. I'm not going to call them kids. They're grown people. They're 17, 18. They're functioning adults, and they're really doing really well in their own thought building. They're they're asking the right question. They're thinking about the right things. And it has nothing to do with the Muslim mainstream thought leaders. The right questions are asked by the non-Muslims. They're not saying it. Sometimes they're saying it, but most of them are not saying it, that they're searching for God. What they say is they're searching for the big answers, the the bigger questions of the universe and the purpose, our own existence, our very presence in this planet, in this time. These are the right questions. What is the actual code through which 7 billion people are going to give this knowledge base to the next generation? These 7 billion people are in the same era. Well, not era, this is the time. There's 7 billion people in this planet right now who are not going to make it in the next 100 years. They're all going to die. Everyone who's on this planet is not going to survive the next 100 years. So the whole planet will be refreshed in the next 100 years. Whatever we have to give to our sons and daughters and grandsons and granddaughters has to be accumulated right now, assembled, sequenced, phrased, paraphrased, because there is some existing knowledge prior to whatever we achieve or gather. And we link it up to whatever we can actually, validate or critically analyze. And then we give it to our kids. And then they grow up and they give it to their kids. And that's the 100-year slice. That's what's going to happen in the next 100 years. Is this a problem? It's a very big problem. I'll tell you what the big problem is. As a Muslim, I know that the biggest problem right now is not the non-Muslims who are actually trying to find the right questions and the right answers to the bigger questions. They are doing their job. Someone's going to do it. Someone's got to do it. And thank God someone's doing it. But the problem is that there's not enough, there's a trace of Muslims who are actually asking the right questions. And unless we understand that somebody who's asking the right question loud enough, so that most people can hear it, and those most people are going to resonate with that question because that's the innate gift Allah Azza wa Jal gave us. You need to understand the bigger problem here. The bigger problem is that no Muslim is asking that right question. People of science are asking the right questions. They use terminologies like physics and universe and astronomy and galaxies and interstellar mechanisms. They use words like philosophy and purpose in the same paragraphs. They use words like existence, purpose of existence, the way forward, the future. These are key words installed by birth innately in every single human being, wherever he's going to be born. Now, there's a problem that we need to solve as Muslims. This is a problem as urgent and as critical as and important as it gets for a mother, for a father who is in his late 20s or early 30s, who just has gotten married or just has a couple of babies or infants, who's thinking about what kind of school, what kind of clothes, where's the closest Gap or IKEA. He's just setting up his life, right now in Norway, in Sweden, Finland, Denmark. These are the Muslims I'm talking to right now, who have young kids, who have well developed enough a brain to think, and they're very sincere, because that's an innate gift itself, that you have to be sincere. I mean, you just don't have any power against it. You're so sincere with your wives and kids, husbands and kids. And then there's a sudden rush, a tidal wave that takes over as part and parcel of being in this planet of, I have to make an honest living. I got to provide for my kids. Money matters. Where's my next house going to be? What is my wife going to think about me? What kind of provider I am? This is a constant pressure on Muslims and non-Muslims. This is what the planet does to everybody. And during all of this, amidst all of this, the bigger question actually, pops up every single day, every single night. Over tea or coffee or dinner, between men and women, boys and girls, over a YouTube video, some other movie, some Netflix series. I don't know where you guys are getting from. Everybody gets it from somewhere. God knows we're not reading books. We go through those questions and we look at our little babies and we feel embarrassed. Any Muslim right now should be embarrassed. That what am I giving to my child? Am I going to give him a bigger house than whatever I got or whatever I just made? Bigger basements, more inches on the flat screen TVs, more horsepower on the car, another Tesla, whatever fascination that we got from inheritance, Our fathers failed. We got to admit it. Our mothers failed. These are the fascinations that have seeped in deeper inside our blood. Women are asking their husbands the wrong questions. All they're asking about is, what kind of money are you making, or what kind of provider you are? Do you know what I'm saying? I'll tell you, in less than 15 years, you're going to be asking the right question inevitably. You cannot blame your husbands or your kids or your wives. You have to blame yourselves, because you are going to inevitably ask the right questions. When your kids are going to grow up in Norway or Miami or Houston or New York or Switzerland or Canberra or Sydney, you are going to be facing the inevitable truth. You know what that truth is? I'll tell you what that truth is. We're just facing it right now. God knows what we're going to face in 20 years from now, but right now we're being asked the right questions from our kids. What if there is a woman stuck in a man's body? Why is being gay such a wrong thing? If I'm not getting intoxicated, what's wrong with weed? Where is the source of all of these sanctions that you guys keep talking about? I don't feel any kind of connection during my prayer with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I feel connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while I'm helping the poor. So why should I be focusing on the prayers? Humanism is far more attractive than the definition of Islam that you just gave me. These are petty questions right now, in retrospect, if you look at it. But those are the inevitable questions that you're going to be facing. We all are facing right now. You need to understand the reality of things. And it's going to be such a big nuclear explosion in your minds, the cognitive dissonance. Because if you're 30 right now, you're 40 right now, or okay, let's just say, even assuming that you are 50 right now, having a teenager who's asking you this question, is your own daughter or son, then it's game over, buddy. It's practically game over for you, because you think of these issues as very, very critical and sensitive. You're really sensitive about this. And the problem has just begun. The problem has just begun. You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden just signed off on probably the most important document of the century 2 days ago. This is one of the many things these people have been doing. And he's just another puppet of the game. Big shots are called somewhere else, and we know that. We know where now. We know who. Trumps and Obamas and Bidens are nobodies. You know what I'm saying? Who influences the Trudeaus of today? Who calls the shots of what is right and what is wrong? How is he so convinced, Mr. Trudeau? How are you so convinced that an 8-year-old or a 9-year-old will be able to, or should be able to, call the shots on what kind of gender he should be or is, and you gave him the right to surgery, literally? How are you so convinced? And why is there not enough movement from either of the religions, the churches or the masjids, the synagogues? Why can't there be enough of a wave to wash away these Trudeaus and these Bidens? against these petty crimes, which are grave crimes, by the way, but you know what I'm saying? The bigger problems are somewhere else. These are just symptoms. That's why I'm calling them petty. The problem is that the 30-year-old, 40-year-old mother and father does not have the answer to these questions when a 17-year-old, 16-year-old, or 15-year-old is asking their own parents that, you know what, I am a woman or I am a man, but I do like men. It's as natural as anything else. And I'm not just talking about LGBT here, okay? I'm not just talking about gays and lesbians. I'm not talking about just gender identity. Because these are symptoms of the disease. The real problem was who started the snowball against the very identity any human being should have had, and who was in the way, who could have stopped it, but didn't even move an inch. If anything, those are the real people who helped that snowball get bigger, right? Because it's common sense that if you're not doing anything against injustice, it's common sense, then you are the source of all evil. People who go silent on injustice cause way more damage to justice than the people who are committing injustice. They're more in number. They validate that point of view by just being there as spectators. That's where Islam takes such a, big advantage in philosophy. And unless you are stopping it from your own hand, with your own hand, by your own hands, whenever you see it, as soon as you see it, you're not a Muslim anymore. This is a problem that mommies and daddies are going to solve in New York, in Washington, in Seattle, in Portland, Vancouver, hell, even Anchorage, Los Angeles, El Segundo, Houston, Austin, Auckland, Wellington. I'm talking to you guys right now. We need to ask the right questions, unless somebody else is going to hand over that question in such a beautiful package with the wrong answer to them. Same question. I just want you to ask that very question right now. Muslims are so shy in talking about the real things with their own kids, especially desis. They just don't want to talk about the reality. They just want to shy away, literally shy away. Because the last two generations of all Muslims, especially in India, Pakistan, but all of these brown people have ruined it for all of us. They just don't want to talk about the truth. And I love these teenagers, they have the guts. You didn't give it to them. America did. That's a Muslim gut. Those are all Muslim guts. Somebody else gave them those guts. Islam was already giving them the guts to ask the right question. Real questions. And we have to start getting the answer. I'm not saying that you guys are scholars, supposed to be scholars. It's too late for you guys. I'm sorry. It's all right. You should have done that. Didn't. You should have done a way better job in reading your own book. You didn't. It's okay. Get the answers from somewhere, wherever. Get the answers. That's your job now. It's our job now. It's my job now. Get the answers before somebody else gets the answer for them. And somebody else is very fast, very quick, very attractive. Not only knows how to give that answer, but to phrase it so attractively, so beautifully. It's poetry. I'm telling you, atheism is poetry right now. It's not what they're talking about. It's the way they're actually presenting it. That's poetry in motion. You got to compete at the real level, Same game. It's real level of the way they're creating that narrative of describing the bigger problem, They have absolutely no justification of backing their claim that with science, most scientists are Christians. Well, in the mainstream. They don't say it. Nobody says it. So all of a sudden, atheism has science on its side now, even though it's not. Newton, Sir Isaac Newton himself, put Bible at the center of his table and says, this is the book which actually gets me that energy to look for everything in the universe. The real questions I got from Sir Isaac Newton, I'm quoting him directly. My whole philosophy of science came from the book which talks about divinity, the Bible. Ironic, isn't it? Physics is the finest tool of atheism right now. And atheism is a far, far bigger problem than just LGBT and gays and lesbianism. But we're in Desistan all the time. We think, sex is the biggest problem right now. No, it's not. It was never the biggest problem. Gender identity, no, it's not the biggest problem. It is a problem, big problem, not the biggest problem. They let them go into it. I don't want you to let them go into it, but even if they do go into it, they're going to write it out and expire with, this fascination has a very small curve. They're not telling you this. I'm telling you, all kids right now, whoever is, being cool, being gay, being cool, being a lesbian, ask them. Ask them, do you have anything other than what's your fascination in your pocket right now? I'll tell you what he's going to answer. Yes, I have. I have one extra thing other than that regular average Joe. You know what that is? Ask them. They'll tell you. They're carrying an HIV kit. They have to be tested every 3 months. They're supposed to be tested every month. It's expensive, Every guy who's acting cool, being gay, ask them in America. Hell, even in Pakistan, I know that. They have to be carrying that kit, home kit. Do it yourself, test your own HIV yourself. Most of them have to do it, through professionals in hospitals. They're all carrying that kit right now. They're never going to tell you this. If it's so cool, why are you, carrying an HIV testing kit, with you? What's the deal with that, man? The deal is that science is against this. Nature is against this. And you're using both of these words as your backup argument, actually the main arguments. If science is with you, then why is it not helping you not get HIV? Why is it helping you to recover from it or, test it? Science still cannot recover the HIV virus. You know that, right? They'll tell you that. You don't have to ask them. Just Google it up. You cannot Google this up, right? That every gay has to be carrying that HIV kit in his pocket. You cannot find this in Google. You're only going to find it out once you're inside the door. Do you know of any other cult, any other group? I purposely call it a cult. Any other group that carries this sort of a recovery plan before even going into the club? This is a problem. Let's call it a problem. This is not a solution to anything. So they're not cool. I'm sorry. That's not cool. I know what cool is. This is not cool. Then I'm going to be your friend, buddy. I'm going to be part of your club, buddy. Where's my HIV testing kit? I'm always going to be afraid of dying through the worst possible disease. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to play this game. Now, nobody wants to say that. And I'm just getting started here. I told you, this is not the biggest problem. The biggest problem, once your identity shatters, just like the way they've actually let us go through that problem, our previous generations. They didn't ground us properly. as Muslims is that, we're not going to be able to identify ourselves with our own selves. We don't even know what the hell are we doing here. What is our job? There's a job of a Muslim. Islam is a verb. It's a job. You got to do that job. You have to finish the job. Like any other job, you got to finish the job, not just start it. You got to do it really well, like any other job. As soon as you find that protocol of Islam, you'll find out that, you know what? I was stuck thinking about gays and lesbians. I was stuck thinking about gender identity. I was using these words. You're going to be ashamed of yourselves. I swear to you. You're going to be laughing, best case scenario, crying, worst case scenario. 10 years from now. It's got a half-life. Every fascination has a half-life. Islam does not have a half-life. It's a permanent job. It's not going to be finished unless you die with it. And even then, it's not finished. They come and get you inside the grave. Literally. These angels are busy, testing us, checking up on us every single second. Checking up on us. Are you doing your job? That's Muslim identity. Are you doing your job? Humanism is like an iota compared to what this job is. This is a job, a permanent job. No off days. Absolutely no off days. No off minutes. No happy hours. No, sorry. You are going to be content. I swear to God, you'll be content, fulfilled. But no off days. That's the job. That's the job. Yeah, and you need to apply for this job. You really need to apply. You got to have a resume for this job. That's how demanding this is. This is the kind of league you want to play at. You want to play? Okay, let's play. You don't want to play? It's all right. Stop calling yourselves Muslims. You're not Beyonce's or Rihanna's or Usher's or Page and Cruises. You're not just getting your cross and call yourself a Christian. This is not how Islam works. This is not a tag. I'm sorry. It's not a hashtag. Okay. No lip service here. Gotta perform, especially when you're alone. Gotta keep performing when you're alone. And when you're in a group, my God, the matrix is infinity, literally. That's the kind of responsibility. Can you think? Yeah, of course you can think. The basis of thought is going to come from the book. Is there a course of action? Of course there's a course. Are you kidding me? Course of action? Models over models over models. Frameworks. Strategies. The times of war, times of peace, demographically, geographically, separate, written, 1400 years ago. Yes, literally. Literally. Relevant? Yes. Till date, of course. Till the day of judgment. Anybody, of course, for anybody. Girls, yes. Boys, of course. Even better. The definitions of being an adult. Real definitions. When? 13. Really? Yes. You're an adult when you're 13. Even sooner, if you're lucky. I mean, have you never thought about this? That who called the shots in this 18th year of your age? Where did it come from? What happens at 18? Nothing, literally. No science. There is no science behind this. And there's a reason why I'm talking about this. You're an adult because of some certain indicators, right? Brain and your body. Yeah. Because if I'm 18 and that's when I'm going to be an adult and I will be able to perform certain things, duty of a citizen, then at 17, there should be a visible difference between me 17 and me 18. Yeah, but the science is Science has no answers to this one because this is not a scientific point of view. Somebody just came up with it in Sweden long time ago. In France, even longer. So, okay, is there an instrument we can measure? Of course, your own body is the instrument. Okay, so then what? Yeah, your body's going to tell you when you're going to turn into an adult, visibly and invisibly. Your brain and your own body is going to tell you you're turning into an adult. Then what's the point? The point is job starts when you turn into an adult. That's how tough this job is. Your knowledge has to be spick and span, shining. Since when? Since when you were 13. Same test when you were 93 and you were 13. Same test, literally. Same questions. Big problem. Skills, well, they take time. When should I start? Hey, before when you were adult. What kind of attributes? Finest possible attributes. No Nietzsche, no Hume, no Descartes. No, didn't get it. Read them. Read them. You'll find out. They didn't finish the list. The list was written 1400 years ago. Same list. They didn't finish it. Didn't read the book. We have the book. Same list. Of course, we have way more parameters. Okay, so we got requirement of knowledge. Yeah. Skill. Yeah. Attributes. Yeah. Which means we need to function literally just like any other human being has to function. Yeah, literally. Of course, way better. Way better. The whole world is going to see the light coming out of you. Literally, the whole world is going to see, men and women, old folks, little kids. They're going to see that light. They're going to start revolving around you. These philosophers give 1% of the list, and everybody started revolving around them by just writing about the list. They didn't even have the attributes. They just thought about the list. You have a manual that is going to perfect that list of attributes inside your own personality. It's going to perfect it. And you know the best part is that, not these 7 billion people. I don't care about them. Many billions which are going to come are going to be revolving around you. And you know what the best part is? The best part is that's against the very purpose of these attributes. And that's what Islam is. Because you're not going to be doing it for these billions of people. You're just going to be doing this for one God only. Just one. That's all. That's it. These 700 billion people till the day of judgment are going to be talking about you, walking the walk, talking your words, your character, your attributes. You're going to be trying to mimic them, imitate them, replicate them, improve on them if they can. Why? Because you didn't want it for them. Of course, you wanted it for them, but you didn't do it so that they can actually praise you and write about you or talk about you. You only need this guy on your right. You're going to be seeing on my left because this is a video. This is the guy who's going to write about this. That's it. He's going to send it up, literally. Hell, you don't even need this guy because we know the God that we know. The God that we know, he doesn't require any angels. He knows. And that's it. That's the game. Is it against the very philosophy of the fascination that you're chasing right now? I swear to God it is. Because right now, all of you kids, right now, girls and boys, trying to chase that like and that follower, that subscriber, right now, you're chasing that. You think whatever is right has to have an appeal in this planet. Yeah, it seems like that. But it doesn't. You don't do it for the appeal. That's very shallow. Think about it. For 10 minutes, you'll find out. You hate those people who are doing it for the likes. You yourself hate them. But I'm not going to go deep into that category of thought right now. I just want you to think about the manual, the right answers to the bigger questions. Hell, I haven't even gotten to the list right now. I'm telling you, it could take 10 hours, maybe more. Me talking constantly about the purpose of, the whole universe and me, and the connection between this whole universe and me. Forget billions of people right now. These are just words. No, not just words. I'm telling you, there's an application this is taught as well. Once you realize the connection between this universe and me, you'll find out the job. You'll literally find out the job. So think about it. Just think about it. Spend a couple of years thinking about it. I don't care. You have the time. Think about it. 15, think about it till you're 17. Think about it. Just don't stop thinking about it. You want to do something about it or not? Well, we'll talk about this later. But you're not going to think about it? That's a problem. Because you are thinking about something, that Oscar, that Grammy, that Emmy, or whatnot. I don't know what's going on. You are thinking about something, and that's a petty fascination. You all know that. Trying to please people, trying to get people to like you, follow you, subscribe to you. Yeah, you're still playing the same game. See, the game is the same. I'm just changing the rules here. And I'm not changing the rules. The book is. I'm just talking about the rules. I'm describing them to you. You know, the best part is, it's not the best part, it's the worst part. It seems like the best part is that whatever I'm talking about right now, only people who are less than 30 are getting it right now. People who are less or more than 40 can't even, run the math on what I'm talking about right now. And they're supposed to be knowledgeable people. They're the ones teaching you. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Especially in your early 20s, mid 20s, girls, boys, in Sydney, in Chicago, in Toronto, Oslo. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Your mommies don't know what I'm talking about. They're the one trying to teach you Islam. I swear to you, this is a problem. I'm inside your house right now. I'm on your screen right now. Your own mother and your father put me on your screen right now. And they're not getting a word I'm saying right now. You are. I'm getting through to you right now. And I know that. Look at the irony. So where do I draw the curve? I'm telling you right now, I'm going to draw the curve right now. Right over your age group, right now. Hope. That's all I have right now. And that's all I can have. I mean, I'm so poor. I was left out to be poor. You open any book, any book which is worth reading, you'll find out that, you know what? If you're 30 and reading it, you're too late. If you are 30-year-old, 35-year-old, and you're reading a real book of philosophy, which is worth reading, first chapter, second chapter at best, first thing that hits you is depression. You know why? You're too late. That's the first feeling any book's going to give you, which is worth reading, about the purpose of existence. That's why I hope from you guys and girls. You're my only hope. And I know why you're repulsed by this word Islam. I know why you're repulsed. It's all right. You got to admit it. You have to admit it. It's all right. That's the first right step. Can't play these plastic petty games of acting it out anymore. No, this is real stuff. This is the real deal. Can't pretend. I'm sorry. You're going to go deeper in depression if you start pretending. You're going to go farther from your own mother and father if you start pretending. I tried that. I swear to God I did. Many years. Deep down, I think somewhere I still haven't forgiven them. I should. It's not their fault. I mean, it is, but they tried their best. There's no question about their sincerity. They just didn't read when they were 17. You should not commit the same mistake. I'm telling you this right now. You want to go have fun, make a lot of friends, you do that. It's all right. But talk about the real things now. Think about the real things. I'm not stopping anything. You want to go, binging more dramas and I don't know whatnot on Netflix or iFlix or whatever you guys got going on. And I don't know what's going to come up tomorrow. I don't know. I don't care about this kind of stuff. You're wearing a tank top right now listening to this. I don't care. It's okay. These things don't matter. They should, they don't anymore. We've ruined it so deeply that these are actually, non-issues. These are non-issues. I swear to God, now they're non-issues. And I know why you're repulsed by, coming into the game of Islam, because most people are just talking about these things. And you can't come out of your tank tops and, your the kind of clothes that you wear, the kind of friends that you have. I know most of your friends don't even talk about your friends with your own folks, because some of them are, Muslims and gays or non-Muslims or, addicts or whatever they have going on. You can't talk about that because your mother is not going to let you hang out. I know they're forcing some sort of identity on you. You just don't like it because you don't get it. I get that. I've been there. I swear to you, I've been there. So what I need you to do is something very simple, very easy to do. Is that whenever you're alone in your own bed, especially when you're about to sleep, way before that, just when you're alone, just start thinking about the real things, just thinking about what I just told you to ask your own selves. So if they had the right answers, all of these guys, Muslims and non-Muslims, if they had the right answers, then why the hell are they depressed? No exceptions. If they had the right answers, why didn't they make it? You know what I'm saying? They're giving us the wrong definition of success. I'll tell you this right now. Your own mother and father who's going to play this video for you, she's going to tell you to forget about it. I swear to you. He's going to tell you to forget about it. He's like, yeah, you know what? It's a good thing to hear. It's food for thought. Religious speaker hai, sun liya karo. And I'm done playing this game. I swear to you, I'm done. I've traveled all across the globe. God knows how many countries, how many cities. Spoken to these two generations, which is over close to 50. And we're just about to enter the 20s. I see the biggest difference in IQs any two generations have ever experienced in the history of mankind. YouTube did it to you, or I don't know what did it to you. It did it. Now it's done. So let's use it. Let's use it. If you're an Arab or a non-Arab, if you're a Desi or a non-Desi, you're born in England or you migrated to England when you were in school, doesn't really matter now. What matters is you have the guts, you have the time, and you have a global exposure through the internet. These three things are going to combine, and you're going to be the first person to make that change. For who? 7 billion people to come, not the ones that are right now, the ones that are going to come. You are that girl, you are that boy. You're way more superior. You're equipped with the sense to analyze. You can tell which is boring, which is not. You're slow or fast. You're swift, naturally swift. But I'm telling you this right now, you are on the clock. Don't take time for granted. You're on the clock. You're not going to, the fastest 10 years that any human being can spend is in his 20s. The fastest 10 years. It's going to seem like 2 years. And the slowest 10 years, the slowest possible, most dreadful 10 years is when your own kids turn 20. Because that's when reality hits you. So I have hope from you because you have all of these three factors. You are the superhuman Muslims. super Muslims. You are the X-Men and women. I'm telling you this right now, literally. You want to watch movies all day? I don't care. You want to play football or whatever you guys play in whatever countries you are right now? I don't care. I just want your brains to start thinking about the real question, the real things. Talk about them with your friends. If they don't want to talk about it, it's okay. Start asking the real questions from your own self. It's tough. I swear to you, it's tough. You might be crying a lot, laughing less. And that's the right step. That means you're going the right way. It's going to take it's a long journey. It's going to be very painful. It is going to be very painful. But you know what the best part is? You better get that pain in right now, sooner than later, because if you get this kind of pain when you're 50, then you know what? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed. You will be, without me saying this. You will be ashamed of yourself. If you're crying these tears when you're 50, you have better shed these tears when you're 20. This kind of pain, these kind of cramps in your mind should be when you're in your 20s, not in your 50s. And I'll admit it, I swear to you, I'm guilty of the same crime. I should be ashamed of myself. Now, I'm not in my 50s, not by far, but still, I should be ashamed of myself. I should have done all of whatever I'm doing right now 20 years ago. Okay, 15. I wasted a decade and a half, maybe 2. I didn't talk to the right people of age. I didn't talk to you sooner. I had hope, I fell for the same trap you are falling for. I relied on the old folks, thinking, assuming they know what they're talking about. Find out they didn't. Little League. In America, you know what Little League is. Muslims, old age Muslims, they're playing the Little League of Islam, of humanity, of philosophy, of skill, of attributes, of knowledge. They are the Little League players. They're still competing, right, with each other, running for that victory and chasing that fascination of that trophy or that award or that title. They're doing that. Little League. In America, you know what Little League is. For kids, right? People who are not in America should know that. That's for kids. Low standards. Same game, low standards. Same uniforms, low standards. No skill. No competence. Little League. Happy. Oh, super happy. Little League. Arrogant. Oh my God, yes. Little League. Showing each other off. Little League. That's what they're doing right now. And if you are qualified, and you can get qualified to know how little this league is, you're on the right track. Because you have to be over that Little League to know what Little League is. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're smaller than that Little League player, or that kid is, wherever that kid is. So stop chasing that dream that they're pumping inside your minds, pushing inside your heads. Stop. It's all right. Stop. It's okay. You can do that. Stop it. You are going to get your Teslas and your big basements and your big TVs. You're going to get that. Don't worry about it. What you're not going to get is a ticket out of that Little League. They're going to make you a permanent member of the league that they play in. I'm telling you this right now. And since everyone's going to be playing it, you're going to be thinking, oh, you know what? This is the real league. No, it's not. It's not. I'm telling you this right now. You'll find it out. Don't take my words for it. You'll find it out yourself. You'll look at their into their eyes. They're going to walk into the room. First minute they're going to walk into the room, you're going to find a tiny little god of their own walking with them. Spot that little God of theirs. Spot it. You'll see it. Spend 2 minutes with them. You'll see it. You just have to be looking for it. Either it'll be chasing a smile or acknowledgement or entitlement, showing that little nod that, yeah, you know what? You're very respectable, sir. Oh, no, you're a man of knowledge, sir. That's the tiny little God that he's chasing. I'm telling you. Only Islam is going to get you those eyes. You're going to be able to spot those tiny little gods surrounding these, apparently big people of knowledge and skill and whatever they're known for. Look for it. Look for them. You're going to find many gods walking with every man and woman. You know what the bigger problem is that hurts me the most? You're going to find way more number of gods with Muslims. Way more than non-Muslims. That's what hurts me the most. Those gods would be all dressed up, I swear to you. Looking fine. Because of the fact that these freaks are arrogant, They label Islam to whatever they're doing, wherever they are. They tag it under the banner of Islam. And you know what? Put hashtag Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala around these tiny little gods that they're carrying. Now, I'm going through a lot of problems. I'll tell you this right now, because I'm in the wrong place. The right time, wrong place. You guys are not. A lot of people on my own telling me, go back. I don't know if I am or not. I don't know. I don't know. But you guys are not. You are in the right place. I'm telling you this right now. You're in the right age. At the right place. Use it. Use it. I swear to you, use it. I beg of you. Use that geography that's gifted to you. Yeah, we have YouTube in Pakistan. We have internet and Netflix and everything. We have something else going on here. You don't have that. Don't worry. You have no idea what kind of problems a Muslim is going to face in Pakistan. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did not know that. It's okay. Different tests, different people. I get that. I chose it for my own self. I'm gonna deal with, God does not let his own soldiers bleed out, alone. Don't worry. I'm good here. What I'm saying is you're better off. You're way more appropriately placed. Take the global challenge now. It's a job. This job is global. Take it. Take it. Otherwise, it will be given to your own kids. I swear to you, they're going to take it. And you're going to be your own mommy and your own daddy in less than 20 years. You're going to be looking at your own kids with a totally different set of problems. And we all know, you don't want to be your own mommy or your own daddy. We know that by now. You're 17, 18. We know that. No matter what kind of pride that you feel looking at your old man or your own mother. But we know that, you know what? Given any chance, you're not going to be that guy or that woman because of so many problems. It's okay. It's okay to feel like this. So I hope this plea of mine will be taken as a plea. I hope I put enough emotion in here as well as rationale so that you can relate to it and you can experience it at the level I want you to experience it at and do something about it. Because if I did not put enough emotion there, you wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. So let's not dwell over who's right or who's wrong. Let's talk about what you have to do, okay?